I'll never forget sitting at the dinner table hearing Dad say, "Son, do whatever it takes to take care of the situation." Hey, I'm Jeremy Neely. I'm a singer-songwriter based in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and also author of my autobiography, Falling Down, which you can find in the links below. This story is actually taken from the chapter of my book called Nuts. It basically turns out like this. I had to walk a quarter of a mile to the bus stop every morning, and I had to carry a trombone, which I hated, all my football pads, and about every freaking book in my locker. If that wasn't bad enough, what I had to endure on the bus was even worse. I had to endure a bully. And this kid, I don't even remember his name. I barely remember what he looks like, but every morning he made it a point to beat me mercilessly between that bus stop and the hour-long ride to school. Well, it was hard to cover the bruises, and eventually everybody saw them. Mom and Dad encouraged me to do the right thing, go through the proper channels, so I went to my homeroom teacher. That escalated up to the principal. My parents were brought in, the bus company was brought in, his parents were brought in, and that really just only made it worse. He just beat the piss out of me more and more. It seemed like nothing was going to be taken care of. Dad was like, "Son, just do whatever you got to do to make the problem go away." So I did. I'll never forget that morning on the bus. I think he orchestrated it to where the only seat available was right next to him. So I sat there, and before the bus even took off, the doors even closed, he starts beating me, just pounding on my back. He even, braced himself up against the windows of the bus and just started kicking me. I mean, this kid was 17 years old. Emotionally, he was probably about 6. He just had it out for me, and he was beating the piss out of me. And finally, I just snapped, and I turned around and I just pushed off the seat opposite the aisle, and I just rammed my head into the back of my head into his face. I got about one jab in before before he started really waylaying on me. And I'm a chubby 7th grader. He's a 17-year-old, should be prepping for college. The next thing I know, he's got me straddled some way, somehow. I don't know. It was all a blur. And all I remember is bear hugging some part of his body. I don't know, thigh, his waist, whatever. And I just bit down on whatever was in front of me as hard as I possibly could. And I heard a scream like you've never heard before in your life. And what I bit, well, that's why the chapter's titled Nuts. He never bugged me again. Nobody on the bus ever bugged me, because everybody kind of knew I'll do whatever it takes to survive. If you want my book, check it out on Amazon or our website. Love y'all.